What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to talk about the Razer Naga series mice. And you might be wondering, why am I showing a Razer Naga Hex, discontinued product from Razer? So I'm going to use the Razer Naga Hex, particularly this Razer Naga Hex, to illustrate some of the issues I have with gaming mice. So and also, this video is also a send-off for this particular mice because it's dead. And a bit of history about this mice. This was the mice I bought when Razer first ever gave their 50% off for winning CES. Okay, so this is the mice that I bought. Then why did I get this mouse? Okay, that is what I'm going to get into with respect to mice. Okay, so I really hate mice that have like rubber or soft touch plastic on them. Okay, I think they are the invention of the devil. They are meant to drive you nuts. Okay, in a long period, okay, they'll turn gunky or sticky and just be crap. Okay, so I only buy mice with like hard plastic on them, which the Naga Hex absolutely fulfills. The other thing that reason that I bought this is because of the thumb buttons. Okay, I bought this because I was playing Dota 2 at the time and I wanted something along on the thumb key to activate like my items and skills. And the Naga Hex turned out to be a really good decision, particularly because of the placement of the thumb buttons. Okay, I actually tried the Naga, no, not Naga, the Death Adder. I actually have the Death Adder, but I brought it to like some other place to use. So, okay, what's good about the placement of this is because of the thumb rest in the middle. So the thing is, if when you have your thumb there, okay, it doesn't actually activate any of the buttons when you're trying to move the mouse around, which is great. And a lot of people don't place thumb buttons properly. Okay, I think that for a proper thumb button placement, there should only be two movements, which is this way and this way, which is natural for a mouse. Not many people put that into consideration when they design a mice. So this is really good because actually I only use 4 buttons on this mouse. Okay? Even these 2 buttons, the 4 and the 5, are not very well placed. So what I do is for this action I can activate the 1 and 6. Okay, and for this movement I can activate the 3 and 4. I think some other mice, they use some sort of thumbstick for this movement, which is great also. Okay, but that's the reason why I think this is one of the best mice ever. I bought this way back, that was in 2013, and it served me for around 3 years, and now it's dead. What went dead is the sensor, basically this sensor, and the number 2 button, this one, okay, which I use as a sensitivity clutch. So it's one of the most used button I have on this mouse. It's actually not that bad, it's just a bit finicky sometimes. It activates, or rather it doesn't activate like maybe 5% of the time, but it was still usable. But the sensor is completely dead. That means if I plug it in, all the buttons work, but I can't move the pointer around, so it's dead. Okay, so when it went dead, okay, it just happens that a few months before that, Razer had another CES 50% sale, which is when I bought this. Okay, this is the Razer Naga Classic. I think it's the 2015 model. If I'm not wrong, they replaced the mushy thumb buttons with what they call the mechanical clicky ones, and indeed they are fairly clicky. And I've been using this for quite a while. Fulfills some of my criteria for getting a mice. Basically most of it is hard plastic except this rubber part here, but I don't really touch that part, so not a big deal. So the rest of it is hard plastic. I do not like the thumb buttons. Again, like I said, I feel like not because of the placement though. Okay, the button is a double-edged sword. Okay, so the good thing about it is that the actuation force is quite high. So when you try to move the mouse around, you don't actually activate the buttons, but the downside to that is you actually need to put quite a bit of force. Okay, for example, I use the 2 again as the clutch button. When I try to press the button and I move my mouse, I actually have to use quite a bit of force to hold on to it. So my wrist is not in a relaxed position, for example, when I want to make quick movements, which is the good thing about this. This is very, very light. Okay, so when I activate it, okay, it's actuated with very low force. You can look at my wrist; it's practically not exerted. It's still very flexible. But this, I have to press fairly hard to get it to activate, and it really restricts my movement. So that's what I do not like. Oh, it's a 2014 version. I didn't really read the bottom. I just noticed it. Okay, so it's a 2014 version. What I do like about this mice is the left and right scroll thing on the top, which gives you another 2 movement to use, especially this movement, the outwards, since I can keep my index finger on the mouse button. Okay, so I use that quite a bit, but I really don't like the thumb placement buttons. This is probably good for something like MMO or something, but for shooters, maybe not that much. Okay, so what to do? Well, I mean, there is only one solution to this problem, right? Okay, I had to get another Razer Naga Hex, which I did. So, ta-da! I have another Razer Naga Hex, which is fairly difficult to find actually, because this is actually a discontinued product. But luckily I managed to find a legit store that sells the Razer Naga Hex. A little story about this: I actually bought a counterfeit one before this one. I returned it to the store because it was a counterfeit Razer mice. So I've returned the item and I actually reported it to Razer. So I managed to get a legitimate one. So now all my gear are Razer green, which is great. Okay, including my graphics card when it's like not under workload. Yep. So what to do with this mice? I'll probably bring it and use it for work. Because my work mouse doesn't have this left and right scroll thingy, and I could always change the functions of these thumb buttons to suit what I need to do at work. Okay, which is great. So to end off this video, okay, once again, the Razer Naga Hex. Okay, this one is in the Rave Red. Thanks for serving me for 3 years. Okay, Dota, Mech Warrior Online, the games that I played the most throughout these years. So goodbye, old friend. Okay, and for the rest of you, thanks for watching.